Alright, hello. This is my first actual video posted on YouTube I've ever posted, and hopefully it won't be the last, and hopefully it's not super boring. Mainly I'm actually posted this just so the peeps on Twitter. I wanted to actually make a video so they could see how I looked in real life, not how I look in my dorky selfies, because there's only very few people who can look good in selfies. Like, very few. And I'm not one of them. So, I thought I would say top 5 animes that I think everyone should watch who consider themselves an actual otaku, or if that's, I don't even know how to pronounce it, so that's how much of a dweeb I am. But I say first one, which is a must watch, is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which I've probably said multiple times before, because it's just, I don't know, it has probably the best character development of like any anime I've seen in forever. Not only are the good, pardon me, I have talking disabilities apparently. But not only are the good characters really well developed, but the villains, best developed villains in the whole, every show I've ever seen. And I've watched a lot of TV. Like, another show that I kind of compare like how the villains are more important is like, and do Ra Ra Ra. That show is good and all, but I'm not sure. It just doesn't, I don't feel attached to the characters. Where in Fullmetal Alchemist, when some of these useless, like, barely character people would die off, I would, like, tear up because they just develop all the characters so well. In fact, the villains are, like, my favorite character in that series, so it's almost like you didn't want the good guys to win. So that's why I think that's one of the top ones you should see, best character development, and the plot is overarching. It's like one 24-hour long movie. It's like, how can you get better than that? Because I don't really like where they have sort of overarching plot, but a bunch of like separate tiny plots overall. I like it just one huge plot, and that's why I like that one best. Which also leads, excuse me, which also leads to my second favorite anime, which is Death Note. And if you haven't seen Death Note already, I'm not sure what rock you've been living under, but it's probably one of the most fantabulous animes ever. Pretty much, the best thing about that one is a weird view. Pretty much, you're seeing the show from the evil character's point of view. But, you know, I don't see Light as the evil character, believe it or not. I'm one of those people who love Light. Pro Light 2014. Because even though he did some horrible things, like he killed all those people, he never did it once just because. Like, he had a reason. He wasn't just killing people like any random serial killer out there. He was killing people sincerely to make the world a better place. And after a while, yeah, he did go a little bit crazy and get a little power hungry, but he couldn't help that. I don't think anyone could handle that power, but he started out with good intentions, and that's why I liked him and supported him mostly to the end. And then the other main character, he's L, and he's the actual good character, but it kind of paints him as the antagonist. I thought that was really interesting, seeing a good character painted as more of the bad guy. And the best thing about it is episode 26, and I'm not going to spoil that for you. You probably already have it spoiled for you. I didn't have it spoiled for me, and I cried like a schoolgirl. So that's why that's my second favorite anime. My third favorite anime is probably either Black Butler or Bacano. I'll go with Black Butler first because that's easier to describe. Black Butler is about this random dweeb of a kid named Seal. And he was just lived in a rich family that worked for the queen, the Phantom Hives. And at one point, his parents all got killed and he got raped. So that all that trauma caused him to summon a demon named Sebastian, who is quite fabulous, to give his soul an offer for him getting his revenge. So the whole series is kind of about Seal trying to find out who killed his parents and who did all that. And I just really like the darker tones, but at the same time it's still hilarious. Like they keep the atmosphere of it being knowing he's going to die, but they don't make it depressing the whole time, as much as I love sad shows. And then the second season is where Black Butler really shines. The first season's like a good anime, and the second season where they added Lois and Claude, that season is fantabulous. The ending just like blew my brain away, and the manga's amazing too, which does not follow the anime whatsoever, or the other way around. So those are both two fantabulous ones. Then's Bacano. It's made by the same people who do Ra Ra Ra, which I know a bunch of you guys have already seen on Twitter. I actually, so far, I haven't finished Do Ra Ra Ra, but I find Bacano to be much more superior as of now. It's about mobsters in like the 40s, I believe, and the timeline's a little bit screwed up because it's like flashing back between 2 times for multiple times, but other than that, it's super amazing. It manages to weave all these stories in together. So by episode 5, I was hooked. First 4 episodes, you're like, what the heck is going on? This makes no sense. But after that, bang. It really sets off. It becomes one of the most awesome animes I've ever seen. But warning, it's also the most violent anime I've ever seen. This guy gets his hand shoved on a train tracks and it gets chunked into pieces, one by one. So, yeah. And then my final for my favorite anime, top 5, is a throw-up between Orion and, what's it called? Legend of the Legendary Heroes. But Orion's going to take the cake because Legend of the Legendary Heroes doesn't have a second season, and it really, really needs it. And Orion deserves a second season, but they managed to finish it up on the first season enough to be satisfying and not being, like, freak out about it. Like, I freak out every day. The fact that Legend of the Legendary Heroes doesn't have a second season. And now Orion's just about a host club. I'm sure everyone has seen Orion. If you haven't seen Orion, I pity you. It's probably the most hilarious anime I've ever seen. It's about a group of boys in a host club, pretty much like a Japanese reverse harem. I don't know, it's weird. And this girl named Haruhi smashes a vase, and they force her to work in the club for her, as twisted and weird as that is. Mainly because, pretty much they all have crushes on her. It's the best and fantabulous. And I guess that'll be it for the video today, because even though I have more things to say, you're probably already sick of hearing my voice right now. So, what's a cool catchphrase to end videos with? It's not a cool catchphrase. No. I was going to say kiss, kiss, fall in love. That would be stupid. So stupid. Never mind. We're just ending this video. This is not going. See ya.